Hello, and welcome to Storytime. This week's book is Arthur's Fire Drill, and it's written by Mark Brown. Before we read, let's look at the cover and look at the title, and then we'll ask some questions to get us thinking before we read. So the title is Arthur's Fire Drill. Arthur is a name, so one of these characters, if you don't already know, is named Arthur. And then the second part of the title is Fire Drill. You know what fire is, but you may not know what the combination of fire and drill mean together. And a fire drill is when we practice how we would leave a building in case there were a fire. Okay, so you see on the cover, there's a house, and there's a girl wearing a fire helmet and blowing a whistle. And it looks like, is the family coming out of the house or going into the house? It looks like they're coming out of the house. So they're practicing a fire drill. So we practice fire drills in school every month. And we also practice fire drills in our home and in our apartment buildings. So it's something that is just, we often practice. And it's so that if there's emergency, we know how to get out and where to go. Okay, are you ready to read? All right, so let's read Arthur's Fire Drill and follow along with your finger. Here we go. When DW was a baby, Arthur taught her not to touch the hot stove. No, he said, hot, hot. When DW was 2 years old, Arthur taught her about matches. No, he said, never play with matches. So it looks like here Arthur is big brother or little brother? Arthur is the big brother, and DW is his little sister. And he's teaching her things that she shouldn't touch because they can be dangerous or hot. So the oven, the stove, can be very hot, so we don't want to touch that, especially after cooking. And then matches can be dangerous, so we don't want to play with matches because they can cause a fire. We can use them to light candles, but only for that. Now DW is in nursery school. Her teacher teaches her all sorts of things. How to tie her shoe, how to print her name, how to share. One day the teacher said, "Listen up, boys and girls. Tomorrow we are going to have a fire drill." She told them what to do. When the fire bell rings, stop what you are doing and quickly line up at the door. So in our schools, when we're little and until we finish high school, we have, as I mentioned, a fire drill every month. And there's a fire bell in the school, and the fire department will come and they will set off the fire alarm because they want to see if everybody gets out in time and if everybody knows how to get out. Yeah. So these kids are lining up. They heard the fire. Their teacher is teaching them that when the bell rings, we line up, and then she will show them where to go. Then she took them outside. Now stop, drop, and roll in the grass, she said. They all stopped, dropped, and rolled. Why are they stopped, dropping, and rolling? Are they having a competition? Who rolls down the hill the fastest? Maybe not. So let's see what they say on the next page. "This is fun," said DW. "But what's it for?" One of the Tibble twins said, "It's if your clothes catch on fire." "Oh," said DW in a tiny voice. So if by some unfortunate chance your clothes were to catch on fire, you want to stop the fire from getting oxygen. And one way to do that is to stop, so don't move, and then roll. And by doing that, it will help to put the fire out. That night, DW whispered to Arthur, "I'm not going to school tomorrow." "Why not?" asked Arthur. "There's going to be a fire," she said. "You're making this up," said Arthur. "Am not," said DW. "Our teacher even showed us what to do when we catch fire tomorrow. Stop, drop, and roll." Arthur had to laugh. "That's a fire drill," he said. "It teaches you what to do if there ever is a real fire." "I don't care what you say," said DW. "I'm not going to school tomorrow." Yeah, so his sister misunderstood, right? So she thinks that tomorrow there's going to be a real fire. And she's scared because she doesn't want to catch fire. But her brother knows that it's not a real fire, right? So her teacher is just preparing her for the fire drill. "I have an idea," said Arthur. And he went into his closet. When he came out, he gave DW his play firefighter's hat and a very loud whistle. So what do you think Arthur is going to do? Let's see. So it seems like he's going to be a big brother, and he's going to help his sister to understand and to be less scared. Let's see. "We'll have a fire drill at home," said Arthur, "and you can be in charge." "Great," said DW. "I get to be the fire boss?" "But first," said Arthur, "you need to know the rules." And here we have a checklist. Let's check. Let's see Arthur's fire safety rules. Arthur's fire safety rules: don't hide, get outside, never go back in. Stay low and go. If you have to go through smoke, put a wet towel on your head and crawl out. Always use the stairs, never use the elevator. Be prepared. Plan a way out now with your family. So he has a checklist or a set of rules to help, and they're very simple and only 4 of them, and this helps them to be better prepared to leave the house and practice their fire drill. Always remember to first get out of your house quickly. Then go to a neighbor's house to telephone the firehouse. Just call 911. So 911 is the emergency number that they call for any emergency service. "Okay," said DW, "I'm ready." She ran down the stairs. She blew her whistle. Wee! 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 "Fire drill! Fire drill! Everyone out! And don't forget baby Kate," she shouted. "What?" said Dad. "Just do what she says," said Arthur. "She is the fire boss." So yeah, Kate is the fire boss. So the fire boss is somebody who watches over the fire drill and to make sure that everybody gets out in time and they know how to get out. Pal ran out the door, and the others quickly followed. "What's all this about?" asked Dad. "It's DW's homework," said Arthur. "Tomorrow is her first fire drill." DW had 2 more fire drills that night. "That's enough, DW," said Dad. Then she made Arthur practice how to get through fire or smoke. "Hey, I'm all wet," shouted Arthur. "That's it." The next morning, DW was ready for school early. But when she got there, she saw a big red fire truck out front. "Oh no," she said. "The school is on fire. I need to get everyone out." Just then, something strange stepped out of the fire truck. DW took one look at it and screamed, "Help! A monster!" Is it a monster? No, it's a firefighter. But the firefighter is wearing a mask, and if you look on his back, there's a silver tank, and that tank has oxygen so that he can breathe or she can breathe when they go into the fire. If there is a fire. The strange thing said, "Don't be afraid. I'm not a monster. I'm just a friendly firefighter." And he took off his mask. "See? This mask helps us breathe in heavy smoke. I'm here today to tell your class how we fight fires. Shall we go in?" "I'll help too," said DW. "I'm a fire boss." After school, Arthur asked DW how was the fire drill. "No big deal," answered DW. So, in the end, when DW went to school, was she afraid of the fire drill? No, she wasn't. So her brother had helped her to understand that she wasn't going to catch on fire, but they were just practicing the fire drill. Okay, that is the end of our book for this week, and come back next week for our new book. Bye-bye.